product universe here. This is the genius way President Donald Trump is making semiconductor manufacturing come back to America.
So we have a great country. We have a country that is going to be very rich. It's a country that we're very proud of, but it's going to be very rich. And it's companies like Apple, they're coming home. They're all coming home. And we want them to come home. They have to come home. We're going to treat them really well. We're going to be putting a very large tariff on chips and semiconductors. But the good news for companies like Apple is if you're building in the United States or have committed to build, without question committed to build in the United States, there will be no charge. In other words, we're not going to be charging. So a lot of countries, a lot of companies are leaving various other places and they're coming to the United States. So in other words, we'll be putting a tariff on of approximately 100% on chips and semiconductors. But if you're building in the United States of America, there's no charge, even though you're building and you're not producing yet in terms of the big numbers of jobs and all of the things that you're building. If you're building, there will be no charge. So I just want everyone to know that. And I didn't even tell you that inside. We discussed the concept, but I didn't. So it's a big factor. So 100% tariff on all chips and semiconductors coming into the United States. But if you've made a commitment to build, or if you're in the process of building, as many are, there is no tariff. Okay? If for some reason you say you're building and you don't build, then we go back and we add it up, it accumulates, and we charge you at a later date. You have to pay, and that's a guarantee. So that's a big statement, and I think the chip companies are all coming back home. They're all coming back. You know, we started with Intel, and gradually Intel was just taken over the coals. They were taken to the cleaners, frankly, and moved to other places, in particular Taiwan. But I think a lot of those companies are coming back, and they're coming back very rapidly. So that's a big statement. 100% tariff.
President Trump is making all companies come back home to the United States through his masterful use of tariffs. He is the tariff genius. Even though the media wants you to think that President Trump's tariffs are evil, they neglect to tell you why he is implementing tariffs. And this video tells you why. The tariffs have multiple benefits of use. One benefit is that by implementing a tariff, and let's say, for example, a 100% tariff on semiconductors, like President Trump said, it forces those companies to start building their semiconductors in America due to that insanely high tariff, while there is no tariff if the semiconductors were built in America. So, because there is a tariff if the semiconductors are made not in America versus no tariff being made in America, it forces those companies to make their product in America. So then they will spend investments and bring their factories and manufacturing plants to America to make the product because of that high tariff. So tariffs end up bringing companies back to America from foreign countries. That is one benefit. A second benefit is that tariffs could be implemented on countries, not just on certain products like we just went over. So every product from, let's say, Mexico sold in the United States could be tariffed at a certain amount that could be too high for Mexico. So that tariff will force them to make a trade deal with the United States to open up their market to American goods in exchange for lowering the tariff rate. So the creation of new fair trade deals is the second benefit of the Trump tariffs. And a third benefit is that if countries and companies neglect to move to the United States and make trade deals, then the United States just collects the tariff money, billions of dollars of tariff money, which will turn into trillions of tariff revenue that the United States can use to pay off debt and other important things. So President Trump's tariffs are bringing companies and investment back to the United States at historic levels, creating new fair trade deals with foreign countries, and bringing in a boatload of tariff revenue into the United States. All great things from President Trump's genius tariffs. President Trump is doing a great job as president, and everyone can agree on that. But that's just my 2 cents, and you are entitled to your 2 cents. If you want, share your opinion in the comments below, as all viewpoints are welcome. If you enjoyed this informational and educational video, then give the video a like and turn on my channel notifications so that you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. Thanks for watching. God bless you and God bless America. Click on the videos on the screen to continue watching my content.